Usually what I do is I start with what you have for the character and talk about them. You can even fill in a few details about them if you know it. So it doesn't have to be just your hero or a boy or something. You can fill in a few of the details about that person. You might say, like I said, a farm boy or someone who is longing for adventure, something like that. And then they often too can meet up with other characters. So you might say something like partners with a smuggler and a Wookiee and a princess in order to accomplish X, Y, and Z. And then you go further and you can start to piece together some of the conflicts. And I'm actually a big proponent of the snowflake method because in the beginning, we all tend to have a few of the concepts for a story, but not all of them. And if you just start with those concepts and then you can fill in details as you go and then go a little more detailed and a little more detailed, then you can get there. So after they come together with other people, then you're going to focus on the overall conflict of the story. So we're not talking about the little conflicts that come in each scene, but what is the major conflict of the story is going to be. And for that, you tend to need to look at what is going to be happening in the climactic moment. So again, if we use Star Wars, there's all kinds of conflict that comes. They get chased by Imperial fighters, they get accidentally tractor beamed into the Imperial ship. There's all kinds of conflict that goes on. But what's happening in the climactic moment? And that is that they are trying to blow up the Death Star before the Death Star blows up the Rebel base. Okay, so that's going to be your major conflict for the entire story. So you're going to use that in your premise. You can just say, after he meets with these people and come up with sort of their main objective that they're trying to accomplish, which in this case is to take down the Imperial Empire. And then you just talk about the conflict in that climactic moment, which would be Luke is trying to blow up the Death Star before the Death Star blows up the Rebel base, and then it's got to lead to some conclusion. So this is where you need to know how your story is going to end. In that case, either he's going to blow up the Death Star or he's not. Is this going to be a triumphant story or is it going to be a tragic story? But if you know that in advance, then you can go back to the beginning and figure out at each step what the story is going to entail.